Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Today, I'm going to tell you guys a story how I find out I was pregnant at 17. Yep. Grab your popcorn, sodas, candy, whatever you like because baby, it's about to be lit. Um Without further ado, let's get into the video, yo. Um, yes, guys, I was 17, about to be 18, when I got pregnant with my baby girl, and I was on not Christmas break. I was on Thanksgiving break, and me and my baby daddy, we've been doing stuff. Yeah, that's my honey. We've been doing some crazy stuff. If you guys don't know what I mean, I'm sorry for you, but yeah, we've been doing some stuff we shouldn't be doing. And I have not seen my monthly cycle at all in November. I'm like, excuse me? What is going on here? And I'm like, well, maybe, sometimes your monthly cycle can be a little late, but not a whole month. I'm like, something is not right. I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait until December. I didn't see anything. December 16, that's when I turned 18. I still didn't see my monthly cycle. I'm like, oh my gosh, girlfriend might be pregnant. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna worry about it. Maybe if I worry about it too much, it will never show up. I'm just gonna do me and doing what I've been doing, like cheerleading and stuff. I was in the cheerleading team, guys. Like, yeah. So, like one day, I haven't feeling sick or anything, like at all. Maybe it was too early, whatever. One day, I wake up, like, I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm just gonna make me something to eat. So I wanted some hot dogs and fries. So I just went in the kitchen and start getting my stuff out to cook and stuff like that. And everything was going good. So for some reason I felt dizzy, like so dizzy. I'm like, let me turn the stove off and I'm gonna sit down for a few minutes. Maybe because I haven't ate anything. Because I used to wake up late. I used to be up all night on the phone with my baby daddy and not going to sleep until like the next day and wake up late in the afternoon. I'm like, maybe because I haven't eaten anything and I'm hungry. That's why I feel so dizzy. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down for a few minutes and I'm gonna start cooking again. So I get up and start cooking again. And I was cooking away and singing around, listening to music, and for some reason I went completely blind. Guys, it was the scary day ever. I went completely blind. I couldn't see anything. So I called my little bro. I'm like, can you please turn off the stove? And I just got on my knee because I wasn't finna walk around and bump my head because I couldn't see anything. So I just get on my knees and I just called to my room. I'm like, I'm going in my room. I'm just gonna lay down because I don't know what is going on with me. So I went to lay down for a couple hours and I feel way better. And I start to have my vision back again. I'm like, whew, thank you, Jesus. I was so scared. And I called my baby daddy. I'm like, it's December. I haven't seen my monthly cycle, and I felt bad. I felt terrible at the time. I'm like, I think I need a pregnancy test. And he's like, pregnancy test? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you're not pregnant. I'm like, I don't know. I hope not. But I need one. And he was sick. He was very, 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 very sick. I'm like, I know you're sick, whatever, but please get me a pregnancy test. I need it today. And he like, well, I see what I can do. I'm going to call my mom. I'm like, please do, because I need it. So he got up and grab his bike and go meet his mom at the store to get me the pregnancy test. Then on his way at my house, he was so sick, and it was just got done raining outside, and he slipped, I guess, and he fell, and yeah, poor guy, whatever. Anyway, he drove to my house and he gave me the pregnancy test, and I take it, and it showed that I was pregnant. I'm like, are you serious? At the time, I said the 2 lines, but I didn't want to believe that I'm pregnant. Like, girl, I don't need to have a baby anytime soon. I'm not pregnant. I'm like, and I gave it to my baby daddy. I'm like, what does the test say? And he's like, well, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not. You lie. You can't even see. I was mad. I was mad. I mean, I was being mean, but I was so like mad. I'm like, you can't see anyway, so I don't believe you. Knowing that his vision was better than mine at the time, because girlfriend vision was sent the way it is now. So I'm like, you lying. And I call my little bro, and I'm like, how many lines did you see? He like, 2. I'm like, you lying too. I called everybody a liar at that time because I was mad. I was like, I don't want to believe that. So I'm like, at this point, my heart is beating so fast. I can feel it in my chest. I'm like, whew. And I'm crying. I'm like, I'm not going to tell my mom. I'm not going to tell my mom. I'm not going to tell my mom anytime soon. And my baby daddy like, well, you have to tell her. I'm like, I know, but I'm not going to tell her today. What if I'm not pregnant? But even though I was. And he like, well, I'm going to show her. I'm going to show her the test. I'm like, don't do it. Don't. He like, well, I'm not finna to get killed by your mom. I'm gonna show her the test. I'm like, boy, she ain't gonna kill you. And of course, he didn't listen. He bring it to her. He knocked on her door, and she opened it, and he gave it to her. She looked at the test, and she like, congratulations, she pregnant. And she threw the test at my baby daddy. I'm like, that's what you get. That's what you get. Because I told you not to give it to her. Again, I understand why he gave it to her now, but at the time, I didn't want her to know. She don't need to know if I'm pregnant. What the heck? First of all, she didn't know if I was having sex. So, I assume that she knows. She know I wasn't going to be a virgin for the rest of my life. But I guess she wasn't expecting me to having sex this early. But, Mommy, I'm sorry. I did. So, my baby daddy called his family and let them know that I'm pregnant. And, yeah, one of them said, tell her the baby is not yours. But I wasn't worried about that because I know the baby was his, because I was doing stuff with him the whole entire time I was in Maryland. So I didn't worry about that. I didn't care. I'm like, if he said the baby is not his, it's going to be up to him. But I'm not worried about it right now. Right now I need to focus on myself and protecting this baby on my stomach. I didn't have time to be childish. So I let it go. I let it slide off my shoulder. So my mom was still mad at me. She was still mad. She didn't give me any food, knowing that I'm pregnant. Girl, what are you doing? I need to eat so I can take care of this baby. You said you didn't want me to take it out, and you didn't want to give me any food. I'm like, this is so petty. I'm like, so I was staying in my room all day and get up to get in the shower. All I ever do in the shower is pass out. Like, it was a point of my life I didn't want to take a shower. I mean, I still take a shower because that's nasty, but I was afraid because I pass out every time, almost all the time. I get in the shower, I pass out. So one time, like one day, like I don't know, it was later in the week, and my baby daddy mom stopped by and take me to the doctor. I guess just to see if I was really pregnant. I guess she didn't believe the test, whatever. And bring me to the doctor, and I tell them why I'm here, how I feel, and stuff like that. And knowing that I know I was already pregnant, so I don't know why she even took me there anyway. They're like, well, we're gonna give you a pregnancy test. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. In my head, I'm like, you guys wasting your time because I already know I'm pregnant, so if y'all want to do that, go ahead and do it. So the test come out that I was pregnant. Like, I'm not surprised because I already know I was pregnant. So, and my doctor like, well, you need to schedule your first visit at your OBGYN. So I go ahead and schedule my first appointment. I think they say I was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks pregnant. I don't even remember. Yeah, it's been so long. I mean, I didn't remember. So it was time for me to get, like, it was time for me to go back to school. And that's when I started to feel really bad because I really wanted to go to school. I wanted to participate on all the sports like cheerleading and goalball. I was already in the cheerleading team, and I have to stop because I was pregnant. And I mean, I was pregnant when I was on the team, but no one knows because I didn't know. So of course, I couldn't go to school unless I went to the doctor. So, and my baby daddy tried to stay home with me. He didn't want to go to school without me, and I didn't want him to go to school without me either because I know how those girls are over there. So I didn't want him to go back to school without me, and I was crying. I said I wanted to go back to school. I mean, I wish I didn't. Why me? I mean, I wanted to go back to school like everybody else. And they were like, well, you going back to school, you just have to wait until you go to the doctor. I'm like, why? This is stupid. So I finally get all my paperwork done, and it was time for me to go back to school. But before I go back to school, I have to have a meeting with my mom and my baby daddy mom and the school and stuff like that. I'm like, what? I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 18. Like, what the heck? So they wanted to know where I was gonna live at, if I want to live with my mom or with my baby dad. I'm like, I'm gonna live with my baby daddy because when I was over there, she didn't give me any food because she was mad. I mean, I get it. I understand. She was mad and she was disappointed in me. I'm like, I get it, but you don't do that. You don't stop giving me food because you're mad. Like, food is food. Especially I was pregnant with a child, and I was mad about that. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay with my baby dad. And at this point, my mom was mad. She was at the table. She was mad, and like, she was like, well, after everything I did for you, and you just act like you don't need me anymore. I'm like, that's not the point. I always said you're my best friend. I always said you're the best friend I never had. But it's just the fact that I know you was mad and you was trying to hurt me by not giving me food. I mean, you wasn't trying to hurt me. You was trying to hurt my baby by not giving me food. And to be honest, I get it. I know she was mad. Who wouldn't be mad? I would be mad too if I have a kid. If Charlotte get pregnant at 18, 17, I'm still gonna be mad. I mean, even if she get pregnant at 18, I'm still gonna be mad even though she not a kid. I want my baby to finish school. I don't want her to be in the same path. Take the same path I did, but I was. I'm gonna learn how to get over it. So I will never stop giving her food because I'm mad. Yes, I'm mad at her, but I'm not gonna be mad at the baby because if I don't give her food, my granddaughter or grandson, whatever she gonna be hurt. So yeah, she was mad. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay with my baby daddy. So she like, well, let me know when you're coming to get your clothes so I can open the door for you. I'm like, yes, ma'am, thank you. And like week, like 3 weeks later, I find somebody to take me away to get my clothes. And she was still mad. She was talking. She was cursing. And she tell everybody in my family that I was pregnant. I didn't tell her to tell nobody my business, but she did. And she tell her cousin that I didn't even like that I was pregnant. And everybody knows in my family, and I mean at least in her family, whatever. And she tell them, and of course they was like, oh, I can't believe she did that to you after you bring her here, and then she gonna leave you like that. It's not that I left her. I just wanted to be with my baby dad. I just went. I know if I would have stayed in Maryland, she was about to move to Pennsylvania, so I would have moved, and my baby would have been born, and her dad would not be there. So I was doing this for Charlotte, and I was doing it for my baby daddy because I didn't want him to miss out on his kid, his firstborn. So I was trying to be there for both of us. So I moved in with him, and in the middle of March, the house caught on fire. So we have to move down here to Virginia. So, but my mom was still in Maryland. So when we moved down to Virginia, so I'm like, I guess I have to tell her that I'm moving. So just in case something happened to me, even though she was mad at me, she still cared about me. Like, I still love her. Mom, if you're watching this, I still love you, and we still talk every day now. We talk every day. And when was I about to move to Virginia, I'm like, I guess I have to tell her because I don't want her. What about if something happened to me down here in Virginia, and then she think I'm in Maryland, but I'm not. So I need to tell her. So I think I tell her, and my baby dad tell her like we're moving to Virginia. And so she went and get my baby some baby clothes. They were so cute. And I didn't think she was gonna get her anything, but she got her some clothes and some shoes before I moved to Virginia. And we still didn't talk like that. My baby dad and her and the boys talk, but me, I didn't talk to her because she was mad at me. When somebody mad at me, I'm not gonna talk to you unless you're ready to talk to me. So even though she was my mom, she was mad, and I'm just gonna let her have her moment until she was ready to talk to me. So when the baby was born in August, and my baby daddy, mom, called my mom to let her know that the baby was born, and that's when we started to talk back again, and now stuff is better than before. So I'm glad that we worked things out. And sorry, I forgot to tell you guys this part of the story. And when I was pregnant, I was very stressed out. I cried a lot because I was going through some stuff that I'm not gonna even discuss right now. But I was very, very small. and my doctor was worried about me having the baby because I was very small, because I was stressing out. I didn't eat, I didn't sleep a lot. So, and I'm glad that I was able to get it together before the baby comes. So I was okay. I have a safe delivery, and my baby dad and his mom was there with me. And I thank you, Miss April, for taking me to the doctor and staying in the hospital with me overnight. And when it should have been my mom's job, but of course she wasn't here. So I just wanted to thank you so much. I know we've been through a lot back and forth, but I'm glad we were able to let it go. And thank you to my baby daddy. I know we've been through a lot too, but I'm glad that you was there for me. You didn't say the baby wasn't yours, even though some people wanted you to say that. But I still think that you didn't let what people think affect our relationship. So, like I said, no relationship is perfect, because nobody is perfect. We've been through a lot. We argue a lot. We know that's what everybody do. That's what we do. We argue a lot, but we're still strong. Some people always say, "Oh, would you have another baby?" Yes and no. If I want to have another baby, I want him to be able to have my own house. I don't want to have any. I don't want to have any kid at nobody's house. Like, I just wanted to have my own place where I can raise my baby on my own, and nobody have to tell me how to raise my kid. Not that anybody tell me how to raise my kid now, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't feel comfortable having more babies at nobody's house. Like, I just don't. If it happened, then it happened, but it's not something that I want to do right now. So I want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank some of you guys who has been there for me when I was pregnant, and I lost a few of my so-called friends because they didn't want to deal with me because I was pregnant, and I just have to let them go because obviously they wasn't my friends, because they stopped talking to me. They talked about me like I was the first person who had a baby at 18. So I still wish them the best, and I still have love for them. And like they said, you have to love the haters. So I still love you guys, and thank you to everyone who stayed by my side all the time. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. So please, if you have any questions, any stories you want to know, please feel free to comment down below. I know this is a long, long story. I hope I can keep you guys entertained, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please stay safe.